MegaPodTastic.
Good morning, MegaPodlings. It's Crazy Joe. And you know something? I got kids. I got two kids. I have a 12-year-old and I have a 4-year-old. If you are a parent, you probably are well familiar with the game of UNO. Kids love this game. It's a great game to play with your kids. If you're looking for something to do, you know, UNO deck, you can get them anywhere. Everyone who's a parent probably has an UNO deck in their house. My friend Sam Roberts, who I used to do the old podcast Slice of Sci-Fi with, she and I were in line at Dragon Con a couple of years ago. And we were waiting, and I said, it's a shame I don't have my UNO deck with me. And Sam she's a board game player. She likes her D&D. She likes some of the more complicated board games that are popular now. And she kind of gave me the eye roll and says, "You play UNO?" And I said, "I got kids." And then she said, understood. Now I understand. I get it. That makes sense. Well, I thought I would show you the collection of UNO decks that we have in this house. I don't know. We can't go out. We're stuck here. I'm grasping for ideas of what I could show you guys to keep the content coming because I'm running out. I can't go to the movies. All right, so here we go. I'm going to show you the UNO collection. First of all, my girls love Frozen 2. They love it. They love Frozen 1 too, but they really love Frozen 2. So I bought this Frozen 2 UNO deck for my youngest, Kira. Now, Kira had never played UNO before. Her sister, obviously, the older one, she loved it, but Kira's only 4. She had never played UNO before. So we gave her the Frozen 2 UNO deck, and she really, really liked it. Well, it kind of reawakened her big sister's interest in the game because her big sister hadn't played UNO in several years. And we started digging out some of the old UNO decks because this was the new one, but it's not the only one we have. We also have this, the Justice League UNO deck from the Justice League movie. Let me show you some of the cards in this deck. This is from the movie that came out just a couple of years ago. So you see you got a Superman card. There's Cyborg. There's Superman and Batman together. Another Superman. There's Batman. Aquaman. So I don't know. Here's Wonder Woman. Oh, there you go. So the Justice League deck. We love Justice League. We love UNO. So of course we had to have the Justice League UNO deck. We bought that. But this, the UNO deck, is not our favorite. Every deck has a special card. A card that can do something no other card can do that is exclusive to that deck. In this one, I believe it's called the X-Ray Vision card. It's a card where you play the X-Ray Vision card, your opponent has to show you everything they got. And that's not in the Frozen 2 deck. This has its own special card, which is called the Forces of Nature card. So every deck has its own special magical card that has powers no other card has that you won't find in another deck. So that brings us to this one. This is the favorite deck in our house. This is the go-to deck. The Star Trek deck. And look, this one comes in a nice collective tin. You know, there's Chekhov. I'm dropping cards. Can't lose these. Enterprise. There's Scotty. But this card has a wild card that my daughter, Jackie, especially likes, called the Beam Me Up card. And, oh man, what does the Beam Me Up card do? I think the Beam Me Up card basically forces the other player to skip a turn, something like that. I don't know. She likes the Beam Me Up card. There it is. There's the Beam Me Up card. But this is her favorite of all the special cards. So this has kind of become our go-to deck, the Star Trek deck, because of Jackie's great love of the Beam Me Up card. And everyone in this house likes Star Trek, except maybe Kira. She's a little too young for it. Oddly enough, the one person in this house who's named after a Star Trek character is the one who likes Star Trek the least. But she's young. She's young. So we've been playing these lately because now Kira's into UNO. She hadn't been before, but thanks to this, she's been into UNO. So Kira and Jackie and my wife and I, we've played all these decks. And I said to my wife, we had more decks than that. Where are they? I know we had more. We had more than just 3 decks. So today I was in the garage and guess what? I found the other decks. So I'm going to show you the other Uno decks we've got. Here is the Green Lantern deck. Now, everyone who knows me knows I love Green Lantern. Green Lantern is my second favorite superhero. My first favorite superhero used to be hanging around by the bar, but he's not here anymore. Where did he go? Booster Gold. Booster Gold's my favorite superhero, but Green Lantern is a close second. I love Green Lantern. So when I heard they had a Green Lantern deck when the Green Lantern movie came out, I had to have that. What's the special card in this one? I haven't played this one in a while. Special card in this one is the Power Ring card. It vanquishes all yellow cards. Very appropriate for Green Lantern. We also have DC Superhero Girls. My daughters love, especially Jackie, loves DC Superhero Girls. These are, to anyone who's ever seen it, DC Superhero Girls recently got a reboot. There's a new DC Superhero Girls series. Oh, this one isn't opened. It's still shrink wrapped. This one's got Supergirl in there. And, oh, both sides have Supergirl on them. There's the back. But DC Superhero Girls recently got rebooted, and it's been redone in a new, more, I don't know what I would describe the reboot as. It's from the same person who created My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. And no one in our house, the kids or the adults, no one in the house likes it as much. These early DC Superhero Girls are much more entertaining, where all the girls went to superhero high. This is a much better version of the show. And yeah, so we got that deck. Next, we've got Superman Returns. Superman Returns. What's the special card in this one? You know what? Oh, Kryptonite. The Kryptonite card is the special card. What power does the Kryptonite card have? I don't remember. Let's take a look at these cards here. There's Kate Bosworth as Lois Lane. There's Brandon Routh as Clark Kent. There's young Clark Kent running. Let's find some good ones here. Oh, there's Martha Kent. There's another Lois Lane. Come on, we can do better than that. Where's Superman? Oh, there's Jimmy Olsen. And there's a wild card. I'm not finding Superman or Lex Luthor, though. More Martha, more Clark Kent. Ah, there's Lex Luthor, the Kevin Spacey. Back in 2006, he was a little more well received than these days. But what can you do? Time. We didn't know back then. There's Superman and Lois. So that is the Man of Steel deck. That's a really cool deck. Oh, there's Frank Langella as Perry White. I also have got, because I mean, we got two girls here. Disney Princesses. We got the Disney Princess deck here. What's the special power in this one? Dragon card. There's a dragon card here. It looks like it's Maleficent's dragon. Let me see. Can we find the dragon card? There's Ariel. Jasmine. Where's the dragon card? There it is. There's the dragon card. Now, I don't remember what power the dragon card holds. I'd have to read the instructions here. I'm sure if Jackie were awake, she could tell me, but she's in bed right now. But that's the special card on that one. And I just found this deck in the garage. I'm sure the girls are going to want to play the Princess deck tomorrow when I show them I found it. One of my wife's pet peeves is when they color Sleeping Beauty in pink. Because in the movie, she only wore the pink dress for a moment, and then it got turned blue. The bulk of the movie, it was blue. It was, then it was changing back and forth at the end. Pink, blue, but the bulk of the movie, the dress was blue. But in all the Disney Princess merchandise, they always put her in the pink dress to differentiate her from Cinderella, who wears blue. And that is a real pet peeve of my wife. She, whenever she sees merchandise, like we have Christmas ornaments, couple things, any kind of merchandise she sees that's got Aurora in the blue dress, because they don't want her to look too much like Cinderella, so they put her in pink. But whenever we see merchandise with Sleeping Beauty wearing blue, Christine has to buy it because that's one of her pet peeves. So yeah, Just remember. Just remember, Aurora should be wearing blue, not pink. We saw the documentary, Waking Sleeping Beauty. It's a great documentary. It's on Disney+. Check it out if you've never seen it, Waking Sleeping Beauty. It's a documentary about the Disney Renaissance, but they have some archival footage of Disney World in the 80s, and she saw Sleeping Beauty doing a meet and greet in the 80s, and she was wearing blue, and she's like, there was a time in the park when I could have met Sleeping Beauty wearing blue. But that's the princess deck. We got one last deck here. This is the last one I'm going to show you. Probably the most popular superhero in my house. Both my daughters are crazy about Spider-Man. And there's the Spider-Man Web Warriors card game. And it's got, who's in there? Peter Parker's in there. Oh, the secret card, the special card is the Web Slinger card. But I see Venom, I see Peter Parker. I don't see Miles. I don't see Miles on here. Who all are the Web Warriors? I would think Miles would be one of them. There's Nova. Venom. Spider-Man 2099. Ah, yes, there he is. There's Miles. He's on there. Of course, Peter Parker. I think this deck was made before Spider-Gwen was a thing, so I don't think Spider-Gwen is there. But Iron Fist is, so there you go. And that's the Web Slinger card. That's the special card, Web Slinger. So there you go. That is our collection of Uno decks. You may have found this completely stupid. You might be like, Joe, why do we want to see your Uno decks? I don't know. Maybe you don't. But you know what? If you got this far, it means you clicked on it and you watched it. So that tells me you did want to see it, because otherwise you would have bailed by now. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander Adamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.